Good afternoon, Glasgow families. Uh, my name is Bryan Villalobos, and I'm very excited to be speaking with you all at Back to School Night. I'm going to talk a little bit about myself and some of the work that our program does as substance abuse prevention specialists. Before we really get into it, I just wanted to point out that this video will include YouTube translations. So in order to turn on those translations, you would go to the settings icon, which is like the little thing that looks like a gear. You would turn on subtitles, then go to auto translate, and lastly select the desired language. So as I mentioned, my name is Bryan Villalobos. I'm a part of Student Services, and I am the Substance Abuse Prevention Specialist for Glasgow. Um, Although that's a long title, but all it really means is that I'm essentially kind of a counselor that specializes in drugs and alcohol and working with students who are at risk for substance abuse. Um, so a little bit about me. I was born in El Salvador, and then I moved to the U.S. in 2001. I'm lucky enough to be fluent in both Spanish and English. Um, I just wanted to share a little bit about my hobbies and my passions. So over the summer, I try to set goals for myself and things I want to accomplish. And this year, I really wanted to be able to build my own computer. It's something that I've wanted to do for a really long time. And so I set some time out of my week and I learned how to build everything. I bought all the parts and um, within a day or two, I was able to build my own computer, which you can see in the bottom right hand corner there. Um, some other things that I love and that are of interest to me are my family, of course. So I have a picture of me and my wife, and when we went to the Baltimore Aquarium a couple months ago. I also have a picture of our little Yorkie Teddy in the middle there, sticking out his little tongue. I also love to play video games in my spare time. I like working on cars. I have a picture of my MR2 Spider. Um, and we also like to go hiking every now and then too. So a little bit more about substance abuse prevention specialists, or SAPS for short. Um, so one of our main assessment tools is the craft assessment, and what this allows us to do is it allows us to work with students and sort of gauge their level of current and possible future risk for substance use. And with that, we can use it as a preventative tool, and um, we can use those results to sort of see if the family is in need of more services, which we'll talk about a little bit further down. Other things that we also do is substance abuse prevention education, and this can be done individually with students or in a group. And basically, we sit with students and we talk to them about the various substances. We give them the facts about what actual use rates are, because oftentimes our students have misconceptions that everyone is using a certain substance, right? When it's usually a very minimal amount. Um, and so we also give them the facts about these substances, the science behind them, how they affect the brain and the body in general. We give them the science behind a lot of the chemicals and toxins in these substances, and try to give them all the information necessary for them to make choices, the right choices on their own. Um, we also try to keep our community up to date with current drug trends. So we oftentimes do presentations for parents or staff, and we talk about some of the drug trends that we're seeing, some of the substances that are becoming more popular, paraphernalia, things like that, that might be useful information to parents. And lastly, like I mentioned, in some cases when families are in need of extra services for a student, we also can connect them with the Fairfax County and Falls Church Community Service Board. So in this slide, you can see my contact information. It should be noted for parents that in order for me to work with any student who's under the age of 18, I have to have a signed parent permission form. And so if any of the services that I've mentioned are something you'd be interested in, you can call me or email me, and we can talk about the process of getting those forms signed. I can also talk a bit more about our program, any questions or concerns that you may have as well. That's all I have for you today. I appreciate you taking the time to listen, and Looking forward to another great year at Glasgow.